I just really loved making pots. There was a tranquility about it.
Since I come from a family of masons, stone cutters, truck drivers, etc., doing handwork absolutely is what I should do.
It's very stressful to be an artist, to be a potter, to make a living. It's a big risk. And it's always been curious to me that there's this dynamic that takes place where something is so full of risk and at the same time it just gives so much peace.
Then I went back to school specifically to learn the technical things that I should know as a potter. In addition to knowing how to throw, that's clever, but you have to know how to mix glazes, build kilns. I think a potter should know how to build their own wheel, build their own kiln. It's not that you have to reinvent the wheel, but it's a good idea to know how to do those things before you have a commercial wheel or you have a commercial kiln. Pam and I have been working together for 40 plus years. We both just evolved into doing what we each do best. And I'm very good at throwing pots. I love to fire kilns. I like mixing glazes. Pam sees the clay as canvas. I see it as a pot. Pam takes it off from there, decorates them, and turns them into something special.
We didn't really know what we were doing. We just had this notion of moving to West Virginia, raising our family. It was a fantasy. Now what I'm going to do, Jack, is I use this tool and I'm going to carve through what I have the brushwork I just did. Within the confines of a narrow choice, working in clay, being a potter, it actually allows a great deal of freedom. Every time I make a series of pots, I can see each one is slightly different. And out of a series of pots, there might be one that just really sparkles. And it comes out of, it's probably very Zen, but it comes out of something becomes so internalized and comfortable that you're almost in a very comfortable, dreamlike place and when you're creating.
I would fire kilns, big kilns like that thing out there. That's a lot of fun. I stay up with it, I have a few bourbons with it, I fall asleep, I wake up, I look at it.
He calls it Mother. He says, I'm going to go spend the night with Mother. We mark the pots twice. I'll put this is an SP for Sycamore Pottery. I feel my life is so much better than I ever anticipated. I couldn't imagine. I mean, of course, being a young person, how does one know? But I couldn't imagine being able to live the life we live.
Yeah.